Doing a quick little intro while the oven preps my dinner about this little bit of plumbing that I did over here. Normally a little bit of plumbing is not a very special thing, but I got to do something I never thought I would ever do, ever. I hope it'll be entertaining for you, and I hope you actually might learn something too.
Wow, Dizzy. Wow. Moose is on an... Moose has hit puberty. Moose is on a new adventure. One of the things you might remember, or if I haven't gotten it uploaded yet, you wouldn't have seen yet, is that I have previously removed this side of this wall here, and I know that the pipes go straight horizontal and then down. I have got some really derpy setup for the pipes here. I have got this pipe which comes out and does this goofy angle, and then at the end of this pipe I've got a goofy T, neither of which I can really work cabinetry around. So we're gonna try to freeze the pipe today. Pipes, there are two of them, because getting a water shutoff in this building would probably cost me $1,500 or more dollars. I'm going to be using this freeze pat kit. It's actually just using a refrigerant. So it's not liquid nitrogen, it's a refrigerant. Some people have been asking what happens if the freezing doesn't work, what's your backup plan? I feel like I don't need a backup plan because I have existing valves on that I can use to test if the freezing works. Once I think the freezing should be done, I can open the valve, and if I keep getting significant amounts of water out, like if it's down to just a dribble, I might risk it. But if I keep getting significant amounts of water out, then I close the valve and I don't do anything. If it seems like I have frozen the pipe and there's no more water coming out, then I can just cut it up over here, put on my new fitting, close the fitting, and we're done. So I'm not risking anything substantial until I know the water is not going. Everyone says that freezing pipes means a burst pipe means you're gonna have a problem. Everything I've read about that issue says that the bursting of pipes comes from the increase in pressure when a significant chunk of ice accumulates in the pipe and it is expanding along the pipe as it goes. It's not just like in your one little spot, and it's not actually the ice expanding this way that bursts it. It's the ice expanding along the pipe that increases the pressure on the water in the rest of the pipe, and that's what causes the burst. As the ice forms from the outside in, it's going to be pushing the water out of the way to make it so that it can, form. So it's not going to be the ice in the spot that expands and bursts. It's pushing the water out of the way, and it's either going to come down this way or go that way. Now, I'm not too concerned about the 6 inches or whatever. That's 6 inches, right? 8 inches. Oh, that's 8 inches. Good to know. Ah, okay. So it's a little bit different than some of the other ones, but that's okay. So let's see if this has any... They say poke it in the hole, poke it down the top, make sure you're at least 250 millimeters out from... How far is 250 millimeters? 10 inches? So we're gonna have to come as far out this way as we can. Turn off all water heaters. Water must be cold and still. This has been sitting in the wall for quite a while. This is cold. Position jacket around pipe with seam uppermost. Secure tightly with cable ties. Insert feed tube. Doesn't look like they have it on super tight, so that's probably what I did was probably a little bit excessive, but I'm okay with that. Hold can upright, insert quick freeze into jacket. Should liquid refrigerant appear, pause briefly and allow it to evaporate, then restart. Inject the correct amount according to the table shown. Wait at least 10 minutes. So this is a 304 milliliter cylinder. I use half. How do you know how much half is? I guess I have a scale. Without the cap, we're at 458 and we want 152, so we go down to 306. This is HFO 1234.
I realized later that I should not have assumed that 1 milliliter of refrigerant is the same mass as 1 milliliter of water. With water, it's a 1-to-1 exact calculation, at least at sea level, and anywhere else is close enough. But I did not check that for the refrigerant. In the end, it still worked okay. I mean, you are just freezing water.
That's definitely in. It doesn't say shake. Hold the can upright, insert into jacket hole there, and fire. This is exactly the same. Oh, it even has the table here. Look at them go. That's actually pretty legit. Okay, we're dripping out the ends. We'll give that a minute. Pause briefly to allow it to evaporate, then restart. All right, so that's half the can. Someone start me a 10-minute timer, please. All right, now we get to test this. Pog indeed, like that's exactly what my expression was. Yeah, so the reason a little bit of water came out was I shook it and that got air into it to release this water. Oh man, I'm scared. This is still very scary. And there will be... Holy heck, holy heck, holy heck, it worked. Holy heck, it worked. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy. This is like the best thing that could have happened right now. Okay, we gotta close this to get it out of the way. It's done, we did it. Holy heck, it worked. I'm so pleased. That needs to go off. Wow. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Holy heck. Now I gotta do the other one still. There we go. Now we got 2 valves. So even if this one doesn't shut off, it's at least in line now, straight, instead of this goofy angle. And that's an improvement. And we can do the same at this end as well. This came from Juju Rage Quits. I'd seen some stuff about freezing kits and they were all very, very, very expensive, like multi-$1,000 kits. I had not seen until Juju Rage Quits pointed out to me that there existed anything that would let you do it on like a 1 or 2 time use scale. So now we get to do it again. Nervously impatient again. And give it a shake to get the water in the line out. Let the air get up through. That's getting the water that's in the line out. So when I cut it, it's a little bit less drippy. But this is not, should not be considered leaking. Should stop shortly. There we go. It heckin' worked. It heckin' frickin' worked. Close that off. Close that one. Get this back on here. In the very small chance that these valves are not great. There we go. I frickin' did the thing. I did the frickin' thing. I mean, it's cold. But it's kind of like cold water cold. So let's see what happens. What happens is my valve works. There we go. And, you know, close off both valves just as good measure.